consciously eating.
Off we go. So yeah, GuyInChat in blue, top right, versus glaba, bottom left, in red, on Ice Cold LE. Have you played a lot of games on Ice Cold so far?
I've played a couple. This is one you made, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a neat map, a ton of open space in the middle, bases kind of around the edge. I think it's really hard to punish expansions in this one just because you're so far away.
Yeah, makes for
Um,
long games, macro-wise. But also, I think it's a okay beast map.
yeah, I would say definitely a beast map. Aesthetically, I love it too. I love the way the kind of snow looks around the main base. I think you did a really great job making this one.
Thanks.
Tell me more about the thought behind kind of the design of the map. What were you hoping for?
Well, there are some StarCraft 2 maps I have taken a look at, and the thing is, with the editor, you cannot place diagonal chokes, and in StarCraft 2, that's usually the case. So I had to kind of work my like find a way to have the same layout, but with no diagonal chokes. So that was like the whole idea, and then I took look at where they have their mines and stuff, and I try to mimic the layout. And the rest, I mean, I just like the tile set, like the snow and the gray, and also this brown. I don't know. I think it's supposed to be marble or something, but dark. And yeah, just I mean, aesthetically, I think it looks great. And that was the whole purpose of choosing this tile set. And then also with the middle, like I think it's Altitude LE. That's the name of the StarCraft 2 map, where you have in the middle like something which is very down. So you kind of go into a valley from 2 high points, and I tried to do that here as well. And if you notice, like only in the edges you go up to the third height level, like the highest one. And the rest is kind of on the middle one, and then you have the middle is just down on the lowest level. And so the most risky mine is the one in the middle, and I think if you can take this, I mean, it's very hard to take because you kind of don't see on the left, on the right, you don't really see anything, and because of the layout, I think that's usually a very late mine you can take. But if you can establish it, I mean, you kind of win the game, right? So I think.
Yeah, I haven't seen anyone take that in my games yet. I feel like most of my games end up kind of one person stronghold somebody at like 4 bases or so on this map. Not sure why. You'd think it would go to macro games just because the sheer size of the map.
Yeah.
But yeah, taking that middle base seems almost impossible. I agree. It's like almost a joyride once the map's mostly over.
Yeah. So it's really coming down to like a fight, like a winning condition you have in the late macro games. But I've seen it being taken. Was a game between I think Slammer and Destroy Call. And yeah, it was a very entertaining game as well, and also on this map. An earlier version, because the version before this one was a bit mech favored. You could drop with a catapult from the main onto the third location and vice versa. And yeah, AC wasn't really loving it. And in order to put it have it in the map pool, I had to do some changes. And yeah, now we have the LE version, and I think the LE version is just great. But let's talk about the game state. So we see,
it's a nice map.
Yeah, we see both players actually doing the same, right? Was the same opening.
Yeah, mirrored builds. I think that's going to be great. We see GuyInChat choosing to take a quick third. Glaba staying on that 2-den production.
I think the most important thing right now is GuyInChat having the fortress already in production. So I have never seen someone doing the fortress and the third base at the same time. I think that's just wrong, right? You cannot really do that because you want to produce workers.
It seems a little greedy, but on this map, right, it takes so long for wolves to get across that, like, if Glaba chooses to throw down an extra den or two, by the time they come across and actually start to pressure, you can defend.
Yeah, but Glaba supply is stuck right now at 40. Building the house, of course, but I think that really helps GuyInChat right now because he's not even at 30 right now, so he's already quite behind. And glaba now
Glaba's
knows about the third. So yeah, it's and also GuyInChat again stopped producing workers in his natural. I see him only produce wolves. I think he's busy microing.
Yeah, we see 18 workers to 11 workers, equal number of wolves right now.
Yeah.
This micro is tough. You know, it's sharp when it's a mirror matchup as always. I think what you want to do is you want to try to like distract a couple wolves. Like if you can get 3 or 4 wolves to chase after one, and then get the advantage somewhere else and take a fight. That's kind of what you want to be doing.
Yeah.
But also just obviously pulling back and not missing your macro with all this micro going on.
Yeah. Yeah, wolf micro is very stressful. Like in general, playing beast is very stressful. So yeah, I agree. I mean, playing beast, I've tried it, but it's really not for me. I mean, I can do it and stuff, but I can only do it, I don't know, for one game, and then I have headaches. So yeah.
It's too intense.
Yeah.
We do see the first Dragon Slayer coming up. It's about a third of the way finished. You know, snakes on Glaba's side, I guess they can shoot up, but they don't really deal with dragons completely. So
yeah, but
Glaba's got to either get his out.
I think
my guess is he saw the quick third and said, okay, this is going to be a round army.
Yeah, and now he's in for 4 dance. I mean, technically, I think when GuyInChat now puts down at least 1 tower at his natural 2, maybe guards on the 4th, at the 3rd location with the tower in front of the, with the house in front of the tower, he may be able to hold this actually. But yeah, I agree. I mean, 4 dance is really like screaming to me, like I want to finish this game. And I think glaba is doing a really good job. I mean, he's at 40 again. No, this time it's GuyInChat at 40 and glaba is already at 62. So yeah, it looks like GuyInChat is in trouble. I mean,
yeah, he could tuck back behind that worker line and try and get them to join the fight. Get them to glitch out the wolves with hold position.
But he only has 4 workers at the natural. It's not really helping that much. Yeah. Half supply.
First dragon's producing, but he still has a ways to go.
Yeah. I'm not too sure if that will work out in the end. Doesn't look like it.
I also want to point out that, like, for a guy named GuyInChat, we've seen an underwhelming amount of chat going on in this game.
Yeah, well, that's certainly true. Only, I think glaba got it, right? He's kind of in it at the natural.
It's going down. And that's 18 to 13 workers. This dragon's got to do a heck of a lot to turn this game now.
I doubt it. There is already snakes in the mix, and we only see more supply from glaba. He's not really losing any supply. He's at close to 70 now. And yeah, this dragon will not be able to deal much. So the natural is gone already. Effectively not mining.
The tower in the main, that's kind of like conceding the natural.
Yeah.
For your production is too, that's tough.
Yeah.
These dragons are coming on just a little bit late. I think
it's too late already, I think.
Yeah.
4 dance so quick, man. Really, like, look at this. How many units he built in such an short amount of time. Really impressive. Like, 4 dance is really scary. But yeah, that's what you get for getting a greedy third versus glaba. He's just seeing and
a lot of value on your tower and 2 dragons, though. I mean, they're taking care of this army.
Yeah, but I think he's losing. Yeah, but look at the worker count. Like he's losing too many workers. He's down to 11. Like that's what you have at the start.
Well, like you said at the beginning, right? Like taking that third and the Dragon's Lair at the same time was a very greedy play.
Yeah.
Taking and expanding at the same time. It's hard, and you know, 4 dens a lot of pressure.
Yeah. I think he would.
He's going to see some across the map, though. This game's not over.
Yeah. I mean, 61 supply versus 35. I guess GuyInChat could just, I don't know, idle with the wolves at home, get a tower up at his natural, and just harass with the dragons. I think that would be okay. Yeah, but now, I mean, look at
the dragons fighting, which is not what you want to be doing, right? The dragons want to be dodging around, workers, making your opponent react to them.
Yeah, but look at
playing reactive dragons is never fun.
Yeah, but look at glaba. He's only now getting some towers because he knows the dragons cannot really leave GuyInChat's side of the map because he has to babysit everything. And now nice call by glaba, going into the third, killing the tower, and then I guess he can take down the castle as well. And also he's killing a lot of workers again, so soon we will be at 10 worker. Yeah, phew.
I like how glaba is just kind of staying calm and pressing his advantage.
Yeah, he's kind of ignoring the dragons, right? He's just, okay, you have dragons now.
Do as much damage as he can, try and do kind of lethal damage. And behind this, you know, he's getting his houses up. He's not getting supply locked. He's getting his advanced workshop up. It's a really good follow-up.
Yeah, he's just constantly producing wolves and snakes. I mean, I guess he can even skip the snakes now. He just needs the wolves. And he can literally kill everything because everything on the ground just loses to his wolves count. But I guess now he's a bit greedy. But honestly, he can just throw away these 7 wolves. He doesn't really care. He's so far ahead. Like 22 workers versus 25 workers versus 10. Like, come on, that's not even close.
His lair barely even producing, right? Because there's just no money.
Yeah. Really looking grim for GuyInChat. But now he has some time to breathe. And he's flying over with the dragons immediately. I think that's the right call, definitely.
Yeah.
And look at this.
It's like we're in week 2 now, Pro League. Do you think, you know, based on the results we saw coming out of week 1, do you think Square Root's team can be stopped after that?
Well, I've seen Hydra playing ladder a lot, so the kind of coin flip, the Joker, so to say, Square Root took with Hydra is paying off 100%. Because Hydra is already beating Zelos and stuff after only a couple games. So yeah, I think Square Root's team is really scary. But I think no other team is like really out of it. I think Weird Red just, I don't know, they got kind of unlucky, honestly. I mean, it's a rough showing. Getting 2-0'd in I think 5. No, out of 5 games, they got beaten 2-0. 4 times. Only Speedy Boza, I think, took a map. And yeah, I mean, what's there to say? I mean, it's the first week, things can happen, and I think people were just not prepared enough or had no time to prepare. So I think maybe week 3, week 4, we will see some upsets against Square Root as well. I mean, nobody is like able to not slip up, you know what I mean? So there are still possibilities to beat them, especially the other teams. Definitely. So yeah,
that's the GG. I also seeing like I think the meta is starting to shift now, right? With this huge influx of players, we're seeing some different openings, some different styles.
Yeah.
A lot of funky cross race beast mech stuff going on in the ladder.
Very good.
So
yeah, I like that.
I think that'll also, you know, tell a bit of a tale as we go through this tournament, right? Like who can adapt to the newer meta, whose strategies work out as it moves on.
100%. Ooh, another day, another video. This time with Stevie Nader, I'm gonna cover GuyInChat versus glaba. It's the second game, but we're gonna cast it the first time because, yeah, Stevie just showed up a bit late, but no problem. Yeah, Ravage, I mean, most standard map. So Stevie Nader, what do you think? Have you played with GuyInChat?
Map. Great matchup. I think GuyInChat and glaba should be a pretty good show here.
Really?
I haven't seen too much of GuyInChat's play. I mean, have you
I have lost versus I have lost versus him on Ice Cold, and I think we had a straight Beast versus Beast game where we just got at it with wolves, and I think at some point I just decided to suicide all my wolves into one of his expansions with a tower, and yeah, that lost me the game. But his micro is good, and I think he's a very good Beast player.
Cool. When I think of glaba, I think he's been around for a long time. He's been part of the development team as well, so very familiar with the game, very familiar with kind of the evolution of the meta as it's come and gone. I think he's been getting better too recently than he used to be, so I think he should be pretty competitive.
That looks like a proxy 2 then, right? At least one then will be proxied somewhere on the map, on a half of GuyInChat map.
Producing workers, this could just be a scout, but I think you're right. I think it's one den at home, one den proxied.
Interesting choice. I mean, he sent 2 workers pretty early.
Ooh, it's a workshop.
Ooh, that's interesting. So it's
This is
Gatling
gonna be fun. I don't
guns.
think we've seen anybody doing this recently.
Yeah, I've seen. I think I've never seen a workshop proxy, honestly. You think it's gonna be Gatling guns and maybe wolves?
Yeah, I would imagine. Or I mean, he might just get catapults and try and hide a tower. So as soon as the tower finishes, you have a great fallback point to siege from. And GuyInChat's doing the worst possible opening to be dealing with.
Oh lord, he's in for a surprise. Yeah, for sure. Oh man. So right now we favor glaba, right?
I think so. I mean, the first wolf's already coming across the map. I think you know, it's going to be a tough hold. If he does hold, obviously GuyInChat will have a fantastic economy behind this. Glaba has stopped producing workers now. It's going to be hard though. I mean, I think this if GuyInChat holds this, it's going to take a lot of really great micro, probably some mistakes on Glaba's side, and probably some worker pulls and fun things like that.
You think glaba prepared this tactic for GuyInChat, or in general as a pocket tactic maybe?
I'm not sure. I think this is one of the advantages of being kind of a player that's been around for a long time, right? He can look back at older metas. He can think about different ways to play the game, whereas a lot of the new folks that are pretty new to the game are really focusing on learning the basic interactions, kind of transferring their skills from other RTSs into little war games. So, you know, this is definitely going to come off the beaten path. Here comes that tower.
Ooh, and that tower, when it's going up and he has a catapult behind it, that's very hard to engage into.
GuyInChat has not seen it yet.
Yeah. He will find out soon enough. Oh lord. And also I noticed GuyInChat is not producing workers. Like in the main and in the natural, no workers building. Which is, I think, an issue.
Well, as soon as you realize it's cheese, I think you do want to stop producing workers, right? You see how he's getting a tower up and producing wolves. There's just no money left.
Ooh, now he sees the tower even. Maybe he should really focus the worker now. Or try to get to him. But I guess he's just not doing that. Yeah, now he has to retreat, right? No, there's no chance. Yeah, he has to run. Loses the worker. Oof, that's rough.
We're not seeing catapults yet. You know, this tower is going to hold on for a little bit longer. Let them get a decent amount of wolves up.
Yeah. And the first catapult is also coming. Very
the other thing is, as soon as you see the tower up and you know he's got mech, you got to get a workshop of your own at home.
Yeah. I would definitely put down a workshop as well.
It's just not a lot of money to do much.
Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate.
Oh, put in the house proxy too, just to kind of clog up the area. That's going to make the catapult a little more defensible.
Yeah. And also the den will definitely go down now. Okay, he's going in with the wolves.
Not much lost yet. Only one worker's gone down for GuyInChat.
Yeah. But really, he cannot really engage here.
Now.
1-for-1 wolf. Not really the trade you want to do. I think he should try to, I don't know, kill the Gatling guns maybe, or just commit to the tower. But I think even if he gets the tower down, he would lose so many wolves. It would not be really worth it.
His repair is good. He's managed to hold on to the den. I think he obviously needs another house up.
Yeah, I think he got it. But yeah,
he needs
a run by
another one. Something too. Gotta try to take the pressure off. Because here comes this catapult in. He didn't have anything in the rally path.
Yeah. The catapult will make things really dicey now.
That's scary.
Yeah. But he's attacking the house, which is, I think, good for GuyInChat. Ooh, that's the BM tower here.
Pressure turns up.
Oh, now look at this. He's pulling all the workers.
All the workers. Here it comes. He knows he has to hold this.
Yeah, but maybe with good micro. Look at the worker building the tower. If he would attack this one, maybe send 2 wolves as well onto the catapult or something. But yeah, he's
not micro. These catapults can just hammer out some damage.
He really
one of the catapults is not firing, so.
Yeah. I mean, all the wolves are dead now. The tower is already at half HP, and yeah, but there are only 4 wolves left. The worker is still alive. I mean, that's definitely an issue. Yeah, I think that's GG. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Short game.
Short game.
Very well executed by glaba.
Really a build order counter there. Like that's a really hard build to be holding with.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. GuyInChat probably spent all this time preparing for these games, thinking about how he's going to play, and then all of a sudden, everyone's got a plan until you get punched in the face, right?